JPO 303 channel for another episode of my Formula 1 to 26, my Team JPO Career Mode. This is episode number 19 of our Formula 1 26, my Team JPO Career Mode. If you missed the previous one, and it was a wild and crazy the Singapore Grand Prix in the last sprint format race. In episode number 18 of the Marina Bay Circuit in Singapore. Be sure to check it out on my live streaming on youtube.com/speedjpo303 and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red bell to your right and leave your links and comments, and then donate, and then also subscribe to my channel and bring those big thumbs up if you need to SpeedJPO303. And then also, if you go to live streaming, you go to twitch.tv/SpeedJPO303 and follow to my channel. If you want to check my AI videos, you can go to TikTok at SpeedJPO303, for Bomberell Instagram, and DeviantArt at SpeedJPO3. Well, it was a very good race there, and congratulations to the whole Team JPO 45 team, as Pepi Marti becomes the first rookie in history. It's been a long while since a rookie has won a Formula 1 World Championship in this kind of style. But now we're trying to get Audi in the next 5 races to try to get as much points as possible to try to win the Manufacturers Championship. This will be the one and only win for manufacturers for Audi before we move into new manufacturers for next season, and then hire 2 new drivers that we already have gotten contract with, George Russell and Carlos Sainz, that will be joining into our team into the 2nd season. But we don't know what's going to happen to Pepi Marti and Pepi Marti, so where they're going to go next season, because we know that Lewis Hamilton is retiring next season from our Speed JPO 303 channel for the 2nd season. And I think possibly we'll have 2 more seasons to go, because we got NASCAR coming up, and then also the Formula 2 26 update that'll be coming out this fall. I think it comes out in a couple of months, so we'll see how it goes, because that's going to be I think 14 or 16 races on the schedule for the F2 26. So we will have an F2 26 career mode on this Formula 1 25 game. And it's been a very good season for Pepi Marti. What a good job he had done. And we were a little bit penalized after a while when we put the wrong tires in during the rainy conditions. But now in this episode, we don't have to worry about any rain. And then the championship is already, title contention is already off our backs. And Pepi Marti has won it fair and square. You can tell that he did, because it doesn't show it. Yeah, it does show it on this one, that you see the title has already been clinched by Pepi Marti. And he won it by 444 points. And Victor Martins is having a good season as well. Good rookie season for him, as he has. Well, he has already got the Rookie of the Year on. It's Pepi Marti. And then Victor Martins has got 43 points under the bag, way better than Isaac Hadger, as they are tied for 10th place. Let's hope he's hungry for a little bit more if he gets another top 10 here at the US Grand Prix at Cota. This is where we're racing, at my home race, the US Grand Prix at Cota. The 2nd US Grand Prix of the season. The first one was the sprint format in Miami, and Pepi Marti swept it pretty well. But now it's back to a regular race here. It's no longer a sprint format race. But we should be able to have a lot of fun and do well here for the next this race, and then the next 5 coming after that. And the next one will be episode number 20 at the Mexican Grand Prix at the Autodromo Hermando Rodriguez. So let's get ready for my homecoming race here at the Cota, the U.S. Grand Prix, episode number 19.
It's a United States love affair with Formula 1 at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping Cota at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
All right, so the championship has been won and everything else, and now it's going to be a good 6 episodes of post-championship here, as we now need to get as much points as possible to win the Constructors. If we can be 44 points or over, and then the first time ever in history that an Audi in its first season wins a Constructors Championship. But it won't happen here in the U.S. Grand Prix, but it may happen maybe when we go to the Qatar Grand Prix. If we change manufacturers next season to Ferrari or Mercedes, then we'll be able to get some pole positions. That's our key goal, because the Audis have already gotten the pole position just once, and that was in the previous race. And what a good job for Pepi Marti for getting the pole position over there. And that claim Audi its first pole position. My teammate got the pole, but not Pepi Marti. They're going to be making a lot of changes for the next.
Okay, I'm afraid we've dropped to P24. That's P24.
And then possibly less penalties over there. Because in the NASCAR 25, it was so theoretically impossible to race there. But it won't be a problem in NASCAR 26. We dropped down to the P7. We slowed it down a little bit too much. It was a minute 35.727. Not a good lap. Well, at least we stayed put in P7. Victor Martinez is in P13. But we got to get it a little bit quicker in the next qualifying. So hopefully we do a good job in the next qualifying session. The qualifying is pretty much screwed up on this game, but just got to get it a little bit more quicker. Well, we know the Audis are slow, but the Ferraris and Mercedes and the Fords have the upper hands here. But Audi can pick up the pace during the racing conditions. Not very ideal to do P7 in our home race, but we'll try to get it a lot more quicker.
Drop to P17. P17.
and Victor Martins did a little bit better, but it was slower. But it does make it us for the third qualifying, and we made it into P9. Kimi Antonelli got the fastest, but we're still slow. But Victor Martins picked it up with the minute 35.394. We're still getting slow going into the start-finish line. That's why we're not picking up any pace. And this track being that it's so long and everything, the timing has to be everything. Well, that was a whole lot better with the minute 34. We made it into a minute 34, and we knew we were going to get a top 5. It was a minute 34.903. That is a good,
that wraps
good
up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Lap. That was not bad. P6 with the minute 34.903, only about 6 car lengths slower, and Kimi Antonelli will take command of the pole position here at our home race at the US Grand Prix at Cota. Albon and Sainz, you know, Sainz can't wait to go to my team next season, and same goes with George Russell, because they'll be in their final rides with the Mercedes, and then Carlos Sainz will be in his final ride with Williams before they go to our team for next season. That was a great job for Pepi Marti going into P6, and then a good job for Victor Martins going into P8. It expects to be a very good, decent race at our home race in Austin, Texas at Cota. Now remember, the 2027 calendar hasn't been official yet, but when we have the brand new Formula 1 27, we will be returning to the Portimao circuit. That will take over the Spanish Grand Prix of Barcelona, and then also they're no longer going to be racing at the Dutch Grand Prix at the Circuit Sandoval, because that will be taken over for Istanbul, Turkey, as they return to the Turkish Grand Prix. They haven't raced there since 2020 during the pandemic, but I'm very glad that Formula 1 and racing comes back to the Turkish Grand Prix. That's the track that we have never been racing through all throughout these years in Formula 1. But I just cannot wait to run the Istanbul, because it is a returning circuit, but I never raced there. But see if I can try to get my first win over there when we have the Formula 127 game coming up in Memorial Day of 2027. Okay, let's get ready for our home race. Can we make it a homecoming miracle for our first post-championship in our My Team JPO Career mode, episode number 19. It's the US Grand Prix at the Cota. Getting ready to have a Texas two-step circulation of the Cota. 56 laps. Let's get ready to pound it. Well, there's also rumors in NASCAR 27 that New Hampshire, Richmond, and Watkins Glen will be back on the chase schedule in 2027. And then the All-Star race will be returning back to North Wilkesboro next season. So this rumor's circulating around, so that means Dover will be back to its points race for 400 laps at the Monster Mile. But we don't know if Chicago Street Race will be coming back next season. They really would love to save Chicagoland Speedway because it did provide great racing and it was a sold-out crowd over there. And they also got to do something about Indianapolis. They got to do something about that track to make it a
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre, has been home to the US Grand Prix since 2012, the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. And there's overtaking opportunities into Turn 1 and Turn 12 at this anti-clockwise track that's 3.4 miles long. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Russell, Pepi Marti and Norris, Martins, Verstappen, Albon and Esteban Ocon, Lawson, Piastri, Pierre Gasly and Hülkenberg, Bottas, Alonso, Franco Colapinto and Carlos Sainz, Stroll, Behrman, Hadjar, Perez, Lindblad and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And joining me in the commentary box this afternoon, the First Lady of World Motorsports, Naomi Schiff. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves, big excitement, what?
It certainly is a time leading up to the race where drivers feel quite nervous because that adrenaline is starting to build and it gets into your mind. So you've got to stay focused, try not to distract yourself too much. But I will say that it's once the formation lap starts, at least it was for me, that was the time where the nerves started to calm down and I got really honed in and focused on the start that was coming.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
All right, we're getting ready. So we move up a position because Max Verstappen faced a grid penalty. So now we move up into P5 into this race. It is a sold-out crowd here at the US Grand Prix, as it always is. So because Formula One always provides sold-out crowds. NASCAR's been on the rise and everything else on a lot of tracks, but they got to be on the rise at Indianapolis. But I don't want to see it go or anything else because I really still love it. It's still a crown jewel race, and we also had a new winner over there, but they got to do something about it next season to try to make it or change some adjustments. So anyway, here we go. So we're going to be going with a medium tire strategy because now this is no longer a sprint format race. So we'll go 21 laps on the mediums, and then again another 21 laps. And then at the end, we could go the last 14 laps. the last 14 laps, and the track temperature is okay for the soft tires, even though that will last for only 14 laps. So if we do it that way, we'll be able to finish and have a very good race. As long as the clouds stay up there in the sky, but then it will clear up. But it's still going to be a great day of racing, and no rain at all to worry about to slow us down. All right, we are getting ready for our home race and the homecoming. Let's giddy up on Texas here at the Austin, Texas Cota, the US Grand Prix. Is it going to be terrific if Kimi Antonelli and the Mercedes win this World Championship? Well, if Pepi Marti can do it, I think in sim racing, but in real life, and Kimi Antonelli does. Remember, the next Formula 1 race won't be until the end of August. They're going to be taking now a summer break. They're taking it right now.
Okay, radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
The last and final time they'll be racing at the Dutch Grand Prix at the Circuit Sandefeld before next season it will be off the calendar as long as with the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. The Middle East tracks will be returning as well next year. I think that they've already got the Bahrain Grand Prix that will be held over at the Sepang circuit in Malaysia. There is talks about the future that the Malaysian Grand Prix will be back sooner or later. Saudi Arabia will be back next year. Back is the second race of our Formula 1 27 schedule. With the 27 games, I think they got to put the classic cars back. We also want to see the classic tracks back in there. So I feel so bad that the Spanish Grand Prix is now going to be at the Madrid circuit next year. And now the one in Barcelona, the circuit of Catalunya. Catalonia may not be back there. And also, how about this? One may have another Italian Grand Prix, but remember, they're not returning to Imola. They probably might be going to the MotoGP track in Mugello. Some of these Formula 1 schedules are returning to some of the MotoGP tracks. Yeah, it would be nice if they race them at the Mugello circuit.
Okay, that's not an ideal placement in your grid slot. You're going to need a good launch at the race start. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
Position. Now Ferrari off to a good start. They're now first and second. Antonelli dropped into the third place. And I get the pace getting around that Kimi Antonelli and they move up into P3. Ferrari's first and second right now. Lewis Hamilton. Remember, this is the final season in Formula 1 in our my team JPO Career because he announced his retirement by the end of the season.
Okay, so overtake is active. Overtake mode active. You're going to get more power from the hybrid system. You know how it works. Just use boost on the next long straight to get your way past.
I feel a little happy that the US Grand Prix now is back to its regular schedule event race instead of the sprint format race, because it's been so for the past 3 years. So it was time like for a little break to be put back into regular.
Okay, overtake enabled. Overtake enabled.
Looking for a pass over there to Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari's now running 1-2.
Right, you've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to. Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Got it. Oh, Hamilton, he's still got a lot of fight left over him. Side-by-side battle. Looks like Pepi Marti got closing in. And they're still battling together.
Hamilton has just made a move for first place.
Yeah, he's making a move, but they're still running side by side. And now Hamilton is doing the same thing with Pepi Marti, side by side racing. We burn and we move up into P2. Check it out on youtube.com/BJPO303 and twitch.tv/BJPO303. I'm going to tell you the whole beat set just about watching and see how good of a performance I did over there at the Cota on 2 wheels. But now we're in 4 wheels, so here's Formula 1.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Norris is moving up a little bit. He's down in P4. That's the both of the Mercedes cars. Mercedes is pretty much struggling over here. Anthony is now dropping to P6. About 2.5 seconds of them. And now we're trying to get around Charles Leclerc for the lead. Formula One World Champion, does it in perfect style, and takes over the lead in our home race at the US Grand Prix. And wow, look at the advantage that Pepi Marti got done with Charles Leclerc. Hope there's nothing wrong with Leclerc's car after that one.
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. With the safety car out, this is a good opportunity to pit. We'll be a bit longer than planned on the next tyres, but we can make it work. Just remember, we'll probably lose track position. You're approaching the safety car. You're leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car.
Well, we're at lap 9, but are we going to pit? Well, I don't think so, because Leclerc and Hamilton are pitting.
Okay, Victor's in the pits. Victor is in the pits now.
Our teammate Pepi Marti made it into the pits. But we're just a million miles away from pitting because we can put another set of medium tires. So this is our first safety car in the race. This is not a red flag, it's a safety car. First safety car very early in this race. It used to be that Lando Norris and Kimi Antonelli made contact. Alonso now in P5. Yep, they're going to the pits. So, yep, all of us are going to the pits. We're going to put another set of mediums in this car.
You've got 2 stops remaining now. 2 stops remaining in this strategy. We had an issue removing the right rear wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race.
Yeah, Leclerc took medium tires as well.
All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. 1 stop left in this strategy.
We didn't take the softs, but Leclerc does take the mediums, but it drops us back into the field. Whereas Bortoletto took the soft tire. That puts us back into P19.
This is our true position. We're on the same strategy. They've pitted as well as us, so warm up your tyres and make the most of this stint. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Flag.
Yeah, we can't pass under the yellow. Just
car ahead is a second a lap faster than you. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Oh my goodness, that was close racing. Got a little bit snappy right there. A little bit snappy on the corner. They're racing side by side. Now we finally get around the corner.
Okay, so you got overtake now, overtake enabled. Okay, so that's boost mode available if you need it. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy.
Is still moving up as well. I see him in the mini-map. He's passing hard when he gets around Alonso. He's in the top 15, and I'm in Pepi Marti's in P12.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 3.3 seconds.
Roger is running with the soft tires. Also, both of the Alpines are dropping into the field, and that makes it easy for us to get around the Ocon, the P10. I guess some of these drivers haven't made any pit stop. Pepi Marti still moving up. Squeeze play there. Going to go with the soft tires. We're going to stay out there longer until lap 42. Pepi Marti, our teammate, is in 6th place right now. Maybe trying to get a top 5 out of this. And you have to remember, this is why Dakota is a very wide track. There's a lot of places that you can pass now with this smaller car. Especially you can't even do it with the larger car in previous years.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
We're already joined in with the front runners, and the leader right now is, I think it's Hermando Norris. Yeah, Hermando Norris is in the lead because you see the Aston is in the top 5. And I think they're saying on the radio that Pepi Marti is on the
And
move.
gap to the car in front, 2.0 seconds. Pepi Marti to pass around teammate. Good sportsmanship right there by Pepi Marti. Already up in the P6 right now. 17 to 56 laps. We haven't even reached lap 20 yet. We're on the move so far. I don't really think those Russell can stay out there. He's going along with the medium tires. And that was a nice move right there. They move up in the P5. Nice move. Good job.
Right now. I don't think any of these guys pitted. I don't think Russell did.
Tyre condition still looking good. McLaren drivers just moved into first place.
Past Cinderella yet. He's now ready to go. So when we're going to pass on the first corner, I think we're going to pass. It'll be the second time to pass on that first corner. Easily, we get around on the Cinderella and now it's P3. Let's see the way around with the front runners. I think I have the fresher tires. Those soft tires are really winding down quickly. They're getting weakened. Later on in the race, we may be able to see Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. We're moving up. I think they continue to move up as these two are battling for the lead. And it's making the gap narrow even closer. And just like that. So bad that the Dutch Grand Prix is not going to be returning to the Formula One schedule next season. If they want to go to other venues, so they can make a great escape out of this, so other countries will have a chance. Nice piece of passing, getting around for stopping, and we got him, and that's just stopping, and now we take over the lead once again. US Grand Prix. And this is also a very good race for our teammate, Pepi Marti. He's now in the top 5 behind both of the McLaren. Norris is in third, Piastri fourth.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good.
board. He's in second place. And remember, Carl Leclerc runs in 7th place right now. And Victor Martinez now goes into the pits. They change over to the hards, they will make it the rest of the way.
Okay, Victor's in the pits. He's coming in for his stop now.
That moves Lewis Hamilton up in the P5. Excuse me, that was Lewis Hamilton that was in the top 5. Straightaway, and we keep on pulling the pace up away from Max Verstappen, almost about 3 seconds. Lewis Hamilton continues to move his way up, goes up into P4. You might see those guys that are pitting right now. If we keep on staying out there, we can still keep on maintaining the lead over Max Verstappen. him until lap 42. And our last pit stop we're going to put on is the soft tires. We may change our minds and maybe go put on the hard tires if we need to. Change over to the mediums.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Very full away from car to car by about 19 seconds. So the Constructors are doing a very good job out there. Keeping his pace up with the Ford and then the Ferrari in third place. tires are wearing out. Let's take a look. Go to the pits as well because we're going to change over to the hard tires instead of the It looks like the temperature just got hotter and then the sun came out. That's why everybody is pitting.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Since the safety car on lap 9, lap 10 we changed these tires and then they last for about 23 laps. So for our progression, for our safety, we're going to change it. Because Lando Norris is going to be changing his and I'll be changing mine. So we're going to come into the pits on lap 34 and it could be our final pit stop of the day.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, go, go, go! Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Coming down the line on lap 40, we're pulling away from Lando Norris. It's time to begin your weekend. Stopping us in third place and pulling away from them from 11 seconds. And the best run of the season, and especially making me very proud of our home race here at the Cota. Pepi Marti is running in P4. They're running against together with Cinderella.
Okay, Victor's in the pits. Victor is in the pits now. Tyre condition still looking good.
top of the podium. Piastri in the top 5. that Ferrari ride for good, and then someone else will take over. They're leading by about 8.2 seconds now over.
It looks like we might have an issue. Hang in there, we're attempting to manage it.
And we have a problem with our car. Leading by about 8.5 seconds. We already have.
I can confirm it's an issue with our engine, I'm afraid.
That's a brand new engine in that car. Well, the engine is still hasn't even blown up yet. It didn't survive in the last 8.5 laps here in the US Grand Prix.
Okay, touch wood, it seems like the fault has resolved itself.
No, that didn't last long. We had a little bit of an issue with the car, but it looks like the fault was reclaimed it back. Well, now we can be on our way of winning this race here at our home race at the US Grand Prix. So it was a fault terminal on the engine.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Pepi Marti to try to get first Audi win at the US Grand Prix of Cinderella. Lead by about 10 seconds. Hamilton's about 7 seconds now behind Lando Norris, and he is coming in quickly. Verstappen is dropping in the fourth place. The Audi is taking advantage right now with those mediums as well. Both McLaren running both mediums. Piastri could be going into the same scenario as Lando Norris did. Lando Norris is continuing to lose a lot of that pace and ground as Hamilton is closing on.
out of the race. Still trying to hold on to second place. Lewis Hamilton is closing. Try to make some closing ground on Orlando Norris. Orlando Norris is going to hold on to second place position. Lewis Hamilton will settle for third. Cota. And we're going to have a really homecoming party after Pepi Marti wins this race. It'll be his 15th win of the season for the Team JPO 45 Audi. In the last lap, and Carl Leclerc get around Max Verstappen to P4. The length of the lead for second place for Lewis Hamilton is now down to 3 seconds, but it may be too late for Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton to catch him as we now go into the final lap here at the US Grand Prix of Cinderella. One more time.
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Here at the Cota. And we take it on the checkered flag. What a good job for Pepi Marti. It was a smooth, perfect race. And he goes home, and we win it in our home race.
Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done.
We have won the US Grand Prix. And the driver of the day goes to Isaac Hatcher.
Pepi Marti can see the checkered flag and can now stand on the top step of the podium. It's victory for Pepi Marti.
Amazing racing at the Cota for
yes,
everybody.
It absolutely was, and what an incredible victory and an important milestone for them as we head into the business end of the season. You know that that's really going to matter from a confidence perspective to get them to the end of the season with potentially even more of these victories.
Lewis Hamilton finishes in 3rd place, and then Lando Norris holds on for P2.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, what a great job for Victor Martins for getting into the top 5. He gets a P5 out of that one. A nice top 5 at the finish, so we get 35 points into our Constructors. Lewis Hamilton finishes in 2nd, Leclerc 3rd, Max Verstappen 4th. But what happened to Lando Norris? I think Lando Norris dropped in position or something. No, he DNF'd. Did he DNF in the final lap? I guess he did. Lando Norris to the DNF in this race. And Lewis Hamilton was second and Charles Leclerc was third. We gotta take the, oh, we can't take the replay now. We just, we accidentally hit the button. I'm very sorry. Man, I should have not hit the button. We're gonna have to go to our replay to take a look at the highlights of the race. I'm very sorry. I went too fast on it and everything, and then I hit the replay button too quickly.
Hey, boss, what do you make of this?
All right, let's try to go to our main menu, and then because I know they'll have the highlights over there. What happened? Well, we were... It froze up on us. We were trying to go to our replay and everything, but I'm so glad the race is over and everything else. Oh, there we go. Now it's going. We're gonna go to our theater to get the racing highlights. Oh, we don't have any save highlights. I thought we had it. We only have the one for the Singapore and the Azerbaijan race. But, yeah, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. I do apologize. I didn't get the highlight reel for the U.S. Grand Prix at the Cota. I was able to do that, but then I accidentally hit the advance button. But it was a great race. What a good job. And we had an engine fault on the car, but then we had 150. But well, let's so now we have to do a thumbnail page and then put the car on showroom. Yeah, I'm so very sorry. I hit the button too much. So we'll try to get the car. Well, this is the car that we drove at the U.S. Grand Prix. I'm very sorry, but it was a very good race. What a good job we have done here at the U.S. Grand Prix at the Cota. It was a wonderful race, but what happened to Lando Norris there? So we'll take a look at the research and development and what a great race it was. So now we can try to upgrade with the aerodynamics and everything and do a good job on it. But what on earth happened to Lando Norris? I think he blew a motor right into the final lap of the race. We don't have any idea what happened to Lando Norris, because now everybody moves up into the point standing. So it looks like he may have blew a motor. So a DNF for Lando Norris. And that was his second one of the season at a bad time, but we already won the championship. And what a good job for Pepi Marti for winning the race. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That was his 14th win of the season for Audi. So with DNFs for Lando Norris here at the final lap of the race, George Russell now was in P9, Charles Leclerc was in P3, and Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc move up in the Ferrari for second and third. So that means here are the point standings. We didn't show you it on the results there. So Pepi Marti gets 469 points over Lando Norris with 274, but he's already won the title. And George Russell is in third place, and he is moving to try to go to P2 after Lando Norris's DNF at the final lap of the race. And then Charles Leclerc fourth and Kimi Antonelli in the top 5, and a good second place for Lewis Hamilton. But that will give us plenty of a cushion, a commanding lead, because now we have 522 points for Audi. And with Norris's DNF, McLaren now is at 445. 435 for Mercedes. They are closing in to be in second place in the constructor standings. Scuderia Ferrari has 412, and then Red Bull Racing Ford in the top 5 with 209. So it was a wonderful job for the Team JPO 45 team. Me and Victor Martins gets a first and fifth place finish. And absolutely a great effort here at the US Grand Prix at the Cota. An amazing job for the team, and then doing great out there. And now we are commandingly lead the constructors' point standings, but we still have 4 more races to go. So the next race will be episode number 20 at the Mexican Grand Prix, but we'll have MotoGP action later on for episode number 26 at the Qatar Grand Prix at Losail International Circuit. So that will do it for our Formula One coverage. Thank you so much for watching. We didn't give you the replay or anything, but it's okay. We completed the race, and it's where it counts, and we've done a good job. So thank you everyone so much for watching on the Speed JPO 303 channel. And we'll give you the highlights again and everything in the next one when we go to the Mexican Grand Prix. So goodbye for now then. We'll see you into the next one. Wonderful racing at the US Grand Prix at the Cota. 14th win.